That one was a little
Georgie
shocking.
Porgy got the magic stick.
I guess so. 50 Cent ain't got shit. Oh, Georgie Porgy. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Atoasttotheatypical. I'm Brit.
And I'm Dale.
And tonight we are going to be talking to you guys about the very creepy and sometimes questionable origins of nursery rhymes. Not too much to talk about as far as most recent episodes. Thank you guys again for listening and checking in, following, subscribing. Please continue to share the pages. Linktree will be in the description. You'll be able to find all the ways to follow and contact us in there. So feel free to share it with anybody that you think would enjoy it. Invite them to like our page, tag them, tag us, and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But most of tonight is going to be led by Dale with me
Once again.
reacting.
Once again.
Yeah, well.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And I know you all love hearing my radio voice anyway.
Tonight's drinks, there wasn't much in the way of like nursery rhyme related cocktails. So we are going off of just what we have and what sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
We just went to a concert last weekend.
Yep.
It was a Fleetwood Mac tribute concert, and it was at the Music Fest Cafe in Bethlehem, which was really cool.
Awesome place.
We're dying to get back there for another one. We're already starting to scope out some other shows that are going to be there. Eagle Mania is top of our list. It's an Eagles tribute band. But one of the drinks I had there was called the Firebridge Lemonade.
Something like that.
And it was Jack Daniel's Fire Whiskey and lemonade. So nice and simple. So we decided to recreate that. But I used Fireball. I didn't have the Jack Fire, or we didn't use that.
We had it, but we didn't use it.
But we decided to polish off the Fireball.
Fireball.
And what are you drinking there, dude?
I went a little bit seasonal. I'm drinking a maple bourbon old fashioned with applewood smoke, because my lovely wife gave me an early Christmas present of a cocktail smoker. So I've been playing around with that, and I figured apple maple bourbon, kind of seasonal. So yeah.
Sounds a little cider-y.
Yeah.
And I don't love apple cider and like most of that spice, but this drink gives me those vibes without the apple taste.
It was a good drink, yeah.
So that's kind of where I went with this too. Fall, early winter.
Yeah.
Chilly.
Something exciting about drinks, which I don't even think I brought up to you yet, but if you go on the description of any of our episodes now, there is a link for you to buy us a drink. So if you are interested in doing that, you would obviously get a huge shout out on the podcast, but you could go on there and you could donate a drink basically to us through the description. So follow the link there if you're interested. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
How does that work for us? It just,
well, there's like it's like I think it says like support this podcast or something like that, and you can do like a monthly monthly subscription kind of thing, yeah.
Okay.
Or you can do a one-time deal.
And if I don't know, is there like a thing to put a comment? Like if you
probably
if
I haven't looked at it from
okay.
the side of the contributor, but I'm not sure.
I'll try to look at it from that side. But if you do that and you have something you want us to try, or if you have your own liquor or beer or business or whatever that you want us to try, we're happy to flip that money and support you.
Yep.
Or if you have like an episode idea suggestion, we'll make that a priority.
Make it happen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing that could
Hooked
happen.
it up.
That's
Hooked
neat.
it up. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Snacks are a variety. We've got chicken nuggets because we have nothing in the house right now
And we're
except
children.
frozen nuggets for our kids, cheese and crackers and pickles, and then again with the leftover Halloween candy. I'm trying. I'm really trying to get rid of it. I'm so
By
sick of
way of
looking at
eating
it.
it.
Yeah. Just in time for the stockings to be stuffed with candy. So I'll clear out the Halloween stuff just in time for the Christmas shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God help me. Anyway.
Apples in the stockings. Hopefully Santa brings us apples this year. Apples and bananas.
Why?
So we don't get a bunch more junk food.
We get apples and bananas delivered literally weekly.
Yeah.
At least. Anyway, a toast to tonight.
To tonight and all of our new followers and listeners. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, guys. Oh, that's good stuff.
On point.
It's cozy.
Taking it.
I like it.
All right.
All right.
So Britt said that you're going to be hearing a lot from me again, which is good, I guess, because
I'm annoying.
no, you're not annoying, but snacks.
You lie so fucking bad.
What?
You lie like a rug. You think I'm annoying.
Oh, you're annoying as shit, but for other reasons. Not as bad as my Friday afternoon annoying.
Oh my God.
Nothing like you coming home early from work thinking you're going to just be able to relax for a little bit and then having me just be there annoying the shit out of you.
I'm convinced you're just excited to see me, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You just like
It's exactly what it is.
don't know how to contain yourself.
It's exactly what it is. I'm like a puppy that pees on the floor, except I don't pee on the floor. Sometimes. Well, it depends on the day, I guess. Depends how many of these maple bourbon old fashions I drink.
That's a good point.
All right, so Britt mentioned we're going to be talking about the origin of some nursery rhymes. And so a little backstory and history of nursery rhymes. Because I always grew up thinking of, like, what's the first thing you think of when you think nursery rhymes?
Mother Goose.
Right, Mother Goose, exactly. So the earliest logged nursery rhymes date actually from the 14th century. But they likely go back further just because, I mean, every human culture finds a way to, like, sing to their children or whatever.
Well, nursery rhymes are not always songs,
Right.
though.
No, but most of them are.
They have a tune.
They have a tune to them, right.
Yeah, okay.
So the golden age for nursery rhymes came in the 18th century, and this is when our classic nursery rhymes came about, which are many of the ones that we're going to be talking about today. The first printed was called Tommy Thumb's Songbook, and that was in 1744.
Okay.
So not Mother Goose. I thought Mother Goose was the OG.
Well, yeah. I don't think she was like the OG, but I think she was like the gold standard for a long time.
Right.
Or probably still is, I guess.
Right. So a century later, Edward Rimbault published a collection which was the first one to include annotated music. And, I mean, like we said, the most common name in this stuff is Mother Goose, which was a fictional name that was first mentioned in a fairy tale book that was published by Charles Perrault in 1695. So the name's been around for a while, but that
it goes back further than
what?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So the first one is Ba Ba Black Sheep. Okay. So I do have I'm going to be reading what the actual nursery rhymes are.
Okay.
So the modern version is Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. The original version is a little bit different. Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, Mary, have I 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for my dame, 1 for the little boy that lives down the lane.
Okay.
So
black sheep is not an actual sheep, is what I'm assuming.
Well, no, it is. So this one isn't really a twisted background. It's just kind of the history behind it. Is this was written about a medieval wool tax that King Edward I imposed in the 13th century. And the rule was that a third of the cost of a sack of wool went directly to the king, another went to the church, and the last went to the farmer. So really there was almost none left for the little boy down the road that was the one like running the wool.
Okay.
And additionally, they used the words black sheep because black sheep wool was less profitable because it couldn't be dyed and it fetched a lower price anyway. So the nursery rhyme on this one is kind of just saying, like, this tax is killing us,
Yeah.
essentially.
Okay.
So there's not
See, I was thinking, like, I heard black, I heard master. I thought it was
more
going
of a
more into, like,
slavery
the
or
slave,
something.
which I know a lot of the nursery rhymes and, like, old, like, ditties have a lot of,
Yes.
um,
Which I didn't go into those because I
yeah,
knew I was talking about some of the stuff that um last night to you, and you
uh-huh.
were like, "Well, that's not really a nursery rhyme. That's more of like
It's
a
more of, like, a children's song kind of thing. So,
right."
yeah, so some of the ones, I know that a lot of them, and again, because the written word was not common in slave culture, like the slaves did not read or write. A lot of it was spoken word and rhymes and songs and things that like they would sing or just say to pass the time when they were working. So that's where my mind went, but happy to hear that wasn't it.
Yeah, and some of these do have like some outrageous theories as to what they are.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's multiple different
Yeah,
explanations and theories out there, like for
yeah,
everything else in the world too.
right.
Okay, interesting.
Um, Next one is Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh, I know this one.
So first off,
Or I know
do you know the
what I have
original?
heard
You know the original name of it, of the poem or
of
the
the
nursery
song.
rhyme?
I didn't know.
Ring a ring o' roses. Strange.
So I don't know why ring a ring. Um s- so I mean what I know is about the plague or what I've heard
Mm-hmm.
is the origin of that. So is that what you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the nursery rhyme goes, a ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Mhm.
And it's actually pretty literal.
Yeah.
So it's about the Great Plague of London in 1665, which killed about 15% of Britain's population.
Mhm.
The rosy references the rash that was developed on the skin
Mhm.
of bubonic plague victims. Sorry, I'm still fighting off a little bit of a cough. Um, the posies, so the victims would, I'm saying victims, I don't know if that's actually the word, but the infected people would have pockets full of posy flowers
Mhm.
because the rashes smelled so bad.
So I heard and I guess maybe that's part of it too, but I heard that people who were not infected were carrying it around because the stench was so bad, like everywhere they went, people were either like these infected nasty rashes or just people dying in the
Yeah,
streets and they couldn't keep up with the demand of like clearing out the dead bodies,
yeah,
that everywhere they went it stunk, so
right.
people would like put a ring of posies around their neck, like a lei, or in their pocket, or just
Hmm.
have like other fragrant flowers and things to try to combat some of that
Yeah.
smell.
In addition to that, at this point in time, medicinally, they thought that the plague was transferred by smell of it. So they thought that
Oh, I
if you
never knew that.
smelled the bad smell, you were you got the plague, which I guess essentially made sense because like it was that contagious,
Yeah, oh yeah.
but it wasn't the smell, it was
It was just the
the
contact. But
yeah,
I guess, I mean, to an extent, if you're close enough to smell it, then you're
right.
close enough to catch it. But
Right. So that was
they
the other
probably
side.
were catching it at a higher rate because they were
Yeah.
masking it
Right. Right.
and
So
getting
actually,
closer
the
than they
this is
realized.
kind of a side tangent thing,
That's
but
interesting.
the old and you see it in a lot of like horror movies where like the doctor has this big long
Yeah, yeah,
mask.
yeah. The like the really
Right.
long nose looking
So
thing. Mhm.
they would have filters in that,
Mhm.
and they would also sometimes put flowers and stuff in there just because of the smell of like if a patient had an infection or something to
Interesting.
keep the smell out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Huh.
So Ring Around the Rosie. So it's about the Great Plague. The rosy references the rash that developed on the skin. The rash smelled so bad, pockets full of posies. The ashes refers to the actual ashes that were falling to the ground because they were burning the bodies to get rid of them.
They had no other way to get rid of them as rapidly as they needed to.
Right. So they were just burning the bodies, and you could smell it, you could see the ashes everywhere.
And then obviously all fall down is just from people collapsing and dying from it.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did you hear anything else about that one? You looked at that.
No. What you said was actually different from what I knew, and I kind of just added in what I had heard.
Gotcha. I just stuffed a nugget in my face. So
You thought I was going to have more to say.
I was hoping.
I usually do.
I know, you don't shut the fuck up.
What was that shirt I showed you earlier? It was like, I like the idea of shutting up. I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah. That's you.
Yep. Pretty sure that shirt was like $5 too.
That seems
up in
like
my
a stocking
closet.
stuffer to me.
I'll send you the link.
All right. This one always I didn't understand what it was, but this one always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Rockabye Baby.
Oh, it's horrible.
So
it's so if you actually break it down like line by line, it's so sad.
So it is and it isn't. This is where this was interesting to me. So the lullaby goes, the rhyme goes, if you know, or if you don't know this one, I'm sure you do. Rockabye baby on the treetops, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. So, yeah, if you look at it,
face value.
Yeah, face value is, okay, this baby's dead.
Maybe.
So there's actually a bunch of theories about this one. But the most widely accepted and thought is that this is the first poem composed on American soil in the 17th century. An English immigrant got the idea of writing the lyrics when he saw how Native American women who were working in hops fields rocked their babies in birch bark cradles, and they would hang them on tree branches so that the breeze would rock the baby to sleep so they could just work all day with their babies out there. And obviously, if the branch broke, the cradle would fall. But it's not like these babies were like up high in a tree,
up in a
just
bee's
fucking
nest.
Yeeted up there in a tree.
Fucking pair of old shoes.
Yeah, they're not. I feel like I need to do that with our kids sometimes. But yeah, they're not. It's not as literal on the treetops. Okay. They would tie up the crib or the cradle to the trees. Yeah,
they make like
pretty smart actually.
Very smart.
So they would get more work done then at that point.
Way before their time.
Because anybody who tries to get work done around kids knows you ain't getting shit done.
Depends on how old they are and what you need to get done.
Does it?
Yeah.
If they're like an infant, yeah, maybe.
I watched like fucking 12 seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
It's not getting work done.
I was on maternity leave. I didn't have work.
Okay.
I could have gotten work done and have work to do.
Yeah. All right. These next two kind of go together, which is cool. 3 Blind Mice. You know anything about this one?
I know it's like, I don't know, something about like chopping off their tails.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I just know some of the lines.
It's actually funny.
Dude we watched with Tourette's.
Yes.
Who was reading it.
Yes.
He read like more verses than I've ever heard. Okay. So I heard more from that, which we'll include a link to that if you want to watch it, because this guy's reaction
it's so funny.
To just like life is hilarious, and his outlook on his entire situation is really, really funny. Mm-hmm. So we'll include some stuff to his page too, because it's really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the extent of what I know. Is just like my reaction was the same as his. Was like, shit, this is meant to be a kid's song. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she cut off their tails with a kitchen knife or something
like
that.
So it
is
goes,
the line.
Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as three blind mice? Pretty gruesome, teaching your kids about cutting tails off with carving knives, but I guess maybe this stuff was just saying to kids who just didn't understand it. It was like parent jokes in movies now, like the kids' movies, like the Lego movies. Like there's
Lego
so
movies
many
are
jokes.
funny.
Yeah, there's so many jokes for parents in there. If you haven't
So
watched
good.
Lego movies, watch them. They're pretty
Yeah.
funny. There's some funny stuff in
Yeah,
there.
if you've got a kid that's into like Legos and superheroes.
Yeah.
What was it? Lego Batman?
That was a funny one.
That one was good. What else? Was there a
Lego Jurassic Park or something? Yeah.
And there was it like there wasn't a Lego Pokemon. What was the other one?
Probably not. Yeah,
There was another one that we watched that was really funny, but they're worth it. They're worth the time for sure. Yeah. I think we laughed more than our son did.
Yeah, probably.
Like we got more than he did. He just sat there like, what did they say? It was really funny.
Yeah. So this is said to be about Queen Mary the First of England.
Okay.
And do you know her nickname?
I feel like I do, but it's
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say that, and then I was like, I don't know if that's definite. But
so the three blind
mice.
Is
she the one that like killed all her husbands?
Yeah, multiple. Yeah.
Okay.
Three blind mice are signifying the Oxford martyrs that were tried for heresy and burned at the stake by basically her command. So this is all about her killing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do blind mice have to do with that though?
Because their religion's different. So what she's saying is like what they believe is like it's blind. They're blind to what is the truth.
See, that one feels like a stretch. Was that like confirmed?
That's legitimate.
Or is that...
Yeah. Legit.
Interesting.
Good old Bloody Mary. It's a good drink, by the way.
Blech.
Delicious.
Blech. So if you're listening to this and you just heard the very quick weird gag that we're doing here, our youngest, he'll be 2 in January, and somehow in the past couple weeks he started this gag, and it's not like a legitimate gag. It's like what we just did, but it's very quick and like almost instant in reaction to something that's said. So our older son has this little like fake poop. It just looks like a pile of like dog poop, but it's plastic. So our youngest picks it up and he's coming over to us like asking what it is. And we said to him, like, buddy, that's poop. And before like the second pee even got out of our mouths, he was like, what? And like threw it. And now like if I tell him your feet stink, he's like, what? Instantly. And just the face he makes, it's hysterical. Hilarious. So we've been like, what? Back and forth at each other because we get a kick out of him. Yeah. He gets which is weird because he's the ickiest one of all of us, I think. He is. He's very funny though.
All right, the next one is also about Bloody Mary. Mary, Mary, quite contrary.
How does your garden grow? Silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids in a row.
All in a row.
All right.
Good Eagles song, by the way. Pretty maids all in a row.
That is a very pretty
It's actually
song.
Not Eagles, though. It's Joe Walsh.
That's just Joe Walsh, yeah. Beautiful
But the
song,
Eagles
though.
version is fantastic.
The Hell Fuses Over one?
Yeah.
It's a goodie. It's a goodie.
The original was... So that's the modern version. The original version was Mistress Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells, and so my garden grows. So it was more like a conversation.
So she said with silver bells.
Right.
That was her response.
Right.
Ah, okay.
So it's a little bit different.
See, I just always had it in my head that it was the same person speaking the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was like a call and response originally. Yeah, and apologies to anyone who's listening to this and we're coughing. Sorry. I'm surprised that I'm not coughing as much as I have been the past couple of days, but
sounds like I smoke a pack a day. But
somehow we've come down with another round of I think whatever we had a couple weeks ago, but I'm hoping it's not as severe. I don't feel as god awful as I did before. So
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't feel bad. It's just this nagging
yeah,
cough. Like the one,
it's like that constant like tickly,
the first night
annoying
that I
cough.
had the cough, I woke up at about 2 in the morning with the cough, and I could not stop coughing. And it was to the point that I tried and tried. I took medicine. I sat up. I got a drink. I made myself like warm tea. I was like trying everything.
Mm-hmm.
And 4:30 rolls around, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just getting up for the day. Got in the shower, got ready, went downstairs, had my coffee, watched an episode of Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix. Awesome fucking show, by the way.
Oh crap. We should have like 2 separate Netflix profiles because I feel like what I watch and what you watch, like the suggestions, you're like, what the hell is this suggestion? And I'm like, who the fuck is recommending Bigfoot?
Yeah.
But
That's
see, talking about it like on our podcast is one thing. Like sitting there and watching a show, I can't do it. I can't.
I love it because
I have like Virgin River and Sweet Magnolias and stuff as my recommendations. And
it's funny because you'll go through like the recommended or like the my list section.
Yeah, because
of Netflix.
You watched blank, we're recommending this.
Yeah, and it'll be
off the wall.
It's like Ancient Apocalypse, Ancient Aliens, The Outer Banks, Love is Blind.
Shut up. You watch that with me. Don't you dare.
It's absolute garbage TV.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
We have to finish this season, by the way.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny, the recommendations. But I love the Bigfoot shows or the movies, because of how god awful the acting is.
So that's why I can't watch it. I can't do it. I'm not watching Sharknado. I'm not watching Bigfoot. I can't.
You just can't even?
No. I'm just so distracted by that I forget. Like, it's whatever they've said, whatever the plot is, whatever the storyline that they're trying to get across, I have gotten none of that message. All I can do is just stare.
I love it.
And try to figure out how fucking much they got paid to be that awful and how I can do that.
I love it.
For myself.
The acting is so bad in some of these movies.
I get too distracted.
Yeah. I love it. That's why I watch it.
I can't do it.
I watched this horrendous movie the other day it came up as like top 10 watched on Netflix. I think it was called
like popular now.
The Troll.
Dude, that is blowing up. It's like number 1 on Netflix right now.
It's the dumbest shit
I've ever seen. I heard it was so bad.
It was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Isn't it like not a little troll though? Ain't he like huge?
Oh, it's gigantic. It's like 150
Well,
feet.
what the fuck? I thought trolls were supposed to be like teeny tiny, living under bridges and shit.
This is more like, I guess I would call it more like an ogre. It's a mountain troll, so it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Somebody's not up on their folklore, okay? Because that's not what a troll is.
Well, no, yeah. If you watch Lord of the Rings, trolls are big.
No, that's just because hobbits are like this.
No, trolls are big, though.
Nah, dude, the fucking Frodo was like this big.
No.
No.
Yeah.
They look bigger by comparison. I don't know. Trolls are smaller than us.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way.
Opie's a troll.
Yeah.
He smells like one.
Yeah. But the movie, I enjoyed it because I love bad movies. I love bad movies.
I can't. I hate bad movies. I really do. It's not like a.
That's why I watched it.
It's not like a cult guilty pleasure thing for me. Like I can't.
I read the description and I was like, this is gonna be fucking terrible, and I put it on.
See, I actively avoid that shit though.
I knew it was gonna be bad.
See, this is why we should have 2 separate Netflix accounts.
Yeah, I agree.
But we've shared our profile with so many other people that we don't have enough to create a separate profile for me now.
Yeah. Snooze you lose, homegirl.
Yeah, well.
Oops, sorry, everybody.
That was gross.
My apologies. It's just kind of me every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Anyway. Where were we? Mary, quite contrary.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is likely that this one is about Bloody Mary as well. It concerns the torture and murder of Protestants. The garden referred to in the rhyme is the graveyards which were filling with Protestant martyrs. Silver bells are another name for thumb screws, which are a special screw or bolt that was tightened in like a hand press to crush the fingers and torture people. Pretty gross.
That's horrible.
Yeah, well, cockle shells
I don't want to know.
are instruments of torture that were attached to male
Yep.
genitals.
I knew you were going to fucking go there.
Yes. So that's kind of bad too. And isn't this just a lovely rhyme to recite to your children? Isn't it just lovely?
I'm going to regret asking this.
What?
I can already feel it.
What?
All you said was that it just attaches.
I wasn't gonna Google image search it. I don't
would
know.
have. I don't have a dick though, so I would. I mean,
that's something I feel like I can't even look at. Like I wouldn't even be able.
I don't need to see I don't need to see it in practice. I just want to see what it looks like.
My guess is it's a clamp of some sort that gets tightened down and just...
Right. So my mind, like when I hear cockle shell, which I just assumed it was like a fucking flower or something. I'm picturing like a clamshell looking thing.
That's what I would
and
think.
now
too.
I'm terrified.
It down and probably
it's probably like got a crank on it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Woof.
It's like cracking open walnuts kind of deal.
I was just thinking like more like a vice and it just like crushes.
Yeah, not interested. No, thank you, Bloody Mary.
I need to know.
You can Google it on
My
your
phone-
own computer.
My phone is over there. And I
I'm
don't
not
have my
looking that
computer
shit
over
up.
here tonight, so.
Yeah, so that was an interesting.
Oy, that's gross.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible.
How's your drink coming?
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying.
My ice looks very strange right now. Look how the ice melted. Very odd. Mushroom shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange.
Looks like one of those like spinning tops.
A dreidel?
No, not a dreidel.
No.
Well, I
'Tis
mean,
the
yes,
season,
a
I
dreidel,
guess,
but
right?
like
When's that start?
it's usually like the week of or the week before Christmas. Somewhere in there. It's usually the same time frame. But no, just like a regular spinning top, like a kid's toy. Not a dreidel
child's plaything.
You are a sad, strange little man. And you
Name
have
that
my
movie.
pity.
Name that movie.
Bullshit.
In the comments. Name it.
Are you telling me to?
No.
Oh, well, you're looking at me.
You're the only person in the room.
Am I, though?
Probably not. But name that movie in the comments, and I'll send you a chicken nugget in the mail.
No, we won't. We should start having merch. We can, like, send people a hat.
I was going to say, I've actually been thinking about, not hats because they're expensive, but stickers, something simple.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get, like, coasters printed. You know how, like, the little, like,
that'd be cool.
Cardboardy ones that we have at the bar downstairs?
Yeah.
With our logo on them?
Yeah, we can do that.
And they'd be easy to mail, too. They'd probably fit right in a standard envelope.
Probably talk to Amanda over at the Crafty Cat.
That's what I was going to say.
She actually does. She did her presentation at my networking meeting last week, and she does coasters. She does keychains.
Keychains are fun too. Koozies are cool, and I feel like that kind of goes with our theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you would want.
Yeah.
If we were to have different merch available.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fair. Merch for this, not the OnlyFans page I was telling you about last episode.
You're ridiculous. You're gonna have cockle shells on your
cockle shells.
Fucking...
I'll send you
cockle shells
if
on
you
your
go onto our
OnlyFans.
go onto my OnlyFans page and you will see cockle shells.
Don't fucking look at me. I ain't on OnlyFans.
I'm about to be.
Bye.
Sell some dirty toenails on OnlyFans.
I don't think that's what OnlyFans is for, though. I don't think it's for toenails. I think it's for other.
I feel like it's for anything.
Stuff.
I feel like you can do anything on OnlyFans.
Oh, you pretty much can.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yikes.
Speaking of doing anything you want, Georgie Porgy is the next one.
Kissed all the girls and made them cry.
So the modern version is Georgie Porgy, puddin' and pie. Kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. The OG was Roly Poly, pudding and pie. Kissed the girls and made them cry. When the girls began to cry, Roly Poly runs away. So
Doesn't even rhyme.
It doesn't. It's pretty stupid.
Georgie Porgy.
So, this is believed to be about George Villiers, who was the first Duke of Buckingham. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not, because I just butcher last names. But he had a long affair with James I, while he was also seducing and raping women of the court.
So, having an affair with a man, I'm assuming he was married to a woman. Having an affair with a man and then seducing and raping other women.
Correct. So after raping the women and
Homeboy
making...
just took anything with two legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit.
So after raping the women and making them cry, the women's husbands would come after him, which refers to that when the boys come out to play line. He would run back to the king for protection. James I even dissolved Parliament 2 times to keep them from impeaching Villiers. So this dude would just fucking go do whatever he wanted and basically had James wrapped around his finger. He had James in a cockle shell.
So I'm interested how it went from Roly Poly to Georgie Porgy.
I don't know the answer to that.
Why puddin' and pie? What the hell is that?
I don't know. I thought that was a little sexual sounding as well. But
I don't want to know where your mind went.
I don't know. But I thought that was a little sexual sounding.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I mean, I guess
like pudding and pie, taken from both sides. I don't know. It's kind of what I was thinking.
No. Nope.
No, go there.
Nope. Don't want to.
This is rated as explicit on Spotify.
I know. I don't want to ask a question I don't want to hear the answer to.
Ask the question.
I want to know. I mean, I'm assuming the pie is the woman. Just judging by...
I would think so.
slang that I am familiar with.
I would think so.
I don't want to know.
I would assume...
Do you know, like, is pudding in any capacity... does that have any type of reference?
My assumption is that is some chocolate pudding.
Okay.
Bing.
It took a minute, but I'm there.
I don't know. That's where my mind went.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the way it goes.
Isn't like pulling the pud a thing? PUD? Isn't that a term for like jerking off?
Maybe. I don't know. Is it? I
thought it was.
I don't know the answer to that. I'll search that on Google when I image search cockle shells.
Okay.
I'll do a screen record on all this too.
Oh my god.
No, I won't.
Oy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was an interesting one. Yeah. Pudding and pie. Pudding. Not pudding. Pudding.
Pudding.
Pudding.
Yeesh.
Yeesh is right.
Blech.
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 Blech. That might be a new thing on the podcast.
I'm going to apologize in advance because having somebody gag in your ear just sounds horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Humpty Dumpty.
I feel like I've heard this one.
What have you heard?
So
Humpty Dumpty?
I've heard a couple of things, but the most. So what do you know? I mean, I know obviously you've done the research for this one, but like Humpty Dumpty is a what? By nature, by what you know of Humpty Dumpty, what do you picture?
By what you assume of Humpty Dumpty, he is an egg.
By what you assume.
Right.
Nowhere in the nursery rhyme does it say that he's an egg.
No.
Not once. Not ever. But he's always depicted as an egg.
Yeah.
So when somebody told me that, like, that shit blew my mind. I was like, all my life I have just accepted that he was an egg, and that's just the way it was. And it's always been an egg dressed as like a little boy in like an overall dude thing and a little hat maybe.
Yeah.
But like it's always the same depiction, and it never once mentions that he's an egg. So I have heard that he was a cannon, or that like the original like Humpty Dumpty was a cannon
Okay.
in battle,
Okay.
and it had fallen. Maybe it wasn't a cannon. I thought it was a cannon, but like it had fallen or taken like such a beating, and so however many battles that
Okay.
it started to crack,
Like
and
the Liberty Bell.
then the king's horses and the king's men, who were the soldiers, couldn't put it together again.
Okay.
Was where the origin that I heard.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you found.
Where it goes.
Okay.
Not a cannon. But I'm glad that you mentioned that depiction of like an innocent boy-looking egg is what you always had in mind.
That's always what I've seen it. Like in every Mother Goose book and every picture I've ever seen. Mother Goose,
yes.
He always looks like the dude from the I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream commercial. That's what he's dressed as.
What?
You don't know the berries and cream commercial?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
I know nothing apparently.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, I'll have to look that one up.
It's so funny.
I'll have to look that up.
Oh my God. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
If you're listening and you're familiar with what I'm talking about, please comment and let me know that I'm not a lunatic here and that I'm not the only person who remembers this.
Yeah. So the rhyme goes, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. And this dates back to 1797. And there's a few theories on this one.
Okay.
But they all refer back to wars.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up a cannon. The idea is that the wall in the rhyme is his horse.
And Humpty Dumpty's a person?
So the rhyme is saying that when a king falls off of his horse in battle when he's leading his troops, they just get completely chopped into pieces by the swords of their enemies. And none of the king's men or none of the king's horses or whatever could put them back together. Pretty morbid.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for those kings.
Well, no, that was unintentional. I just was thinking. I'm just, a lot of these other ones, they have the, like the symbolism, or there's, they'll talk about something that's completely different as a, help me out. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Oh, God. Like a metaphor or like a euphemism for whatever they're actually referring to.
Okay.
So it's weird to me that this one would have Humpty Dumpty as an egg and then the wall as the horse. And that's like the metaphor. But then turn around and reference the king's horses and the king's men like directly to what they're referring to. Do you know what I mean? Like it's weird to me that there's like the illusion and then the direct.
I see what you're saying. So if it
weird.
Just said like, I mean the villagers couldn't put them back together or some shit like that,
or like I don't know I don't know like
the trolls.
No. I was thinking like a repairman of some kind, like not obviously no, like a cobbler. How a cobbler fixes shoes, like something.
A cobbler? That's what they're called? You said
I thought
cobbler?
You were supposed to be teaching me tonight. Yeah, a cobbler.
Like peach cobbler?
Yeah, that's the name of a person who repairs shoes.
Really?
Now you got me second guessing it, but I'm like 99% sure that that's the name of a.
I had no idea about that.
I'm like 99% sure, but you've got me really questioning it now.
Okay. A cobbler, you're right. Wow.
So, like, if it were to say, I don't know, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All of the cobblers and all of the carpenters couldn't, but like something that was another
Okay. I can see that.
metaphor would make more sense to me than having half of it be in this like code and then the other half be direct to what they're referencing to.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't actually think he was an egg, but
Be cool,
I still am questioning why he's in like little boy clothes though. Because you said you were glad I mentioned that, but I don't know what any of that has to do with anything. Like that also just doesn't fit.
What he's in? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just part of the whole metaphor.
Half a metaphor.
Half metaphor. It was just such a good metaphor. They couldn't even go through those additional 2 lines.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you've never heard the term cobbler before.
I just thought it was like shoe repairman. Sorry, I'm chewing in your ear now. But I thought it was like shoe repairman or
so like
shoe
anybody
mender or
no. So anybody who like a cobbler used to be mainly shoes because they were like made of leather and like the bindings and all of that. But most current shoe repair is like shoe and leather and like purses and like leather jackets and like anything that works with material of that kind. So most like modern day cobblers will also fix like purses and I don't know, I guess like leather belts, like leather furniture.
I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Like I feel like they could have thought of different, because I don't know, if somebody asked me what do you think a cobbler does, my thought would be they're the people who put cobblestones in the street. Not they repair shoes.
Yeah, but I mean, we could go all day in this. Like, why do you drive on a parkway and park on a driveway?
Oh, stop.
I'm dead serious. Why is something that travels by ship called cargo, but something that travels by car called a shipment? You could go all day with all the shit that's wrong with the English language.
That's pretty stupid.
I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
So, I mean, cobbler, I think, is the least of our concerns.
I guess.
In the English language.
Knew what that was.
Huh.
Thanks for teaching me.
You're welcome.
You learned me a thing or two, you know? I think...
about damn time.
I know. That's what Lizzo says, at least.
Mm-hmm. My girl.
My girl.
You hate her.
I do.
I love her. She's the best.
All right. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
I need to refill a drink. And we will come back with some more fucked up ones. I have some really good ones coming up here. So, yeah, you munch on your pickles, and we will be back. Welcome back.
Uh-huh.
Crunch that nugget. Crunch that nugget.
Yep.
Brit didn't get a drink because she's a lightweight. She's not drinking. I waited.
That's true.
I know. Just kidding. I waited because I wanted to show y'all how awesome this fucking cocktail smoker is. So you take some wood chips up in here. These are apple. They smell fantastic. Would you like to smell them? You can't actually smell them until they burn anyway.
Yeah, I smell them when they burn.
Like the people from Ashes to not Ashes to Ashes. That's different. What was the poem? Ring around the rosy. Ring a ring of roses. All right, then you take your
fucking
kitchen torch, which you need a kitchen torch, I learned, not just a regular lighter, because the smoke doesn't actually work. I thought that was a bullshit excuse to make you buy a kitchen torch, but now that I have one, we're gonna be doing some.
And if anybody's interested in this smoker, I got it on Amazon, where I buy like 85 to 90% of everything that I own. Most of them that we have found recently are like upwards of $80, $90, $100.
Which is crazy.
This
for what
one
they
was
are.
18. And it does the damn job. So I'll include a link to that too. Because I thought it was pretty cool. And it comes with 6 different kinds of wood chip options.
Something like that.
It does not come with the lighter.
Correct.
So I can include a link to the one that we got for that as well. But
correct. All right. So you light that bitch. I'm gonna take a video and I'm gonna put the video on Instagram.
Make it a boomerang.
How the fuck do you do that?
Oh, you're so old.
Start smoking. It sets off the smoke alarms. No, it doesn't. But that smoke fills the glass then.
So there's the hole in the top, obviously, that you just saw Dale light through. But there's 6 holes around the bottom where when you put the lid on, the smoke comes out through that. And yes, it does smell fantastic.
I'm doing it one-handed, so I'm going to do it a little bit better there. There we go. There we go. Oh, it smells so good. So you let that smoke the glass, and then you pour your drink in there. And it doesn't necessarily make your drink taste like smoke, but you get that smoke smell in your nose as you're drinking the drink, so it all kind of mixes together. Sounds super bougie. It's really not, but it's pretty awesome. So check it out.
And it looks cool.
Plus you
I'm
get
kind of
this
mad that we
fucking
didn't.
flamethrower.
I'm mad that you haven't made me creme brulee with the torch yet. And
Just got it like 3 days ago.
that's enough time.
Homegirl. Don't I cook you enough shit? You'd be eating fucking crackers,
Is there
pickles,
such a
and
thing
cheese
as enough?
the rest of your life if I wasn't here cooking, all right? So calm yourself.
No, shut up.
Demanding creme brulee.
Look, I didn't demand anything. Necessity is the mother of invention. I would figure out how to cook if I needed to, but I don't need to. I do plenty of other things. I am well aware that cooking is not my strong suit. It's not where I thrive. And I'm okay with that. And apparently, so the fuck are you. We both know you did not marry me for my cooking abilities.
No, I did not.
So, shut up. It's not a fucking surprise. It's not like I pretended to be able to cook and then you thought that you were getting something else. You knew damn well what you were getting into.
Oh no, once upon a time you made me some banging manicotti. Haven't seen that since we got married.
That's because it was a bitch to do. It was a pain in the ass. Ton of fucking work. And I burnt my hand about 17 times. So, no, I'm not making it again. It was a bitch. I'll make like lasagna or like fucking stuffed shells, but I'm not doing the manicotti. I'm not. I'll do the ricotta filling. I'm just not filling ricotta. I'm not filling manicotti shells.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
Are you done?
I can be.
Good. I think you should be.
All right. So.
Are you going to do something with this glass or just sit there?
Are you going to drink your drink? Or are you just going to sit there and...
Look, my glass was a mason jar filled to the top. Yours was
with
filled...
mostly lemonade.
It was not mostly lemonade. It was a perfectly fucking balanced drink.
Listen.
Okay? No.
Keep up the attitude. I'm about to call Bloody Mary and have her come fucking cockle shell your ass. All right?
She wouldn't like you. She'd probably kill you first.
She probably would. Next on the list, in case you're...
we found out that cockle shells do not go on men. They go in
women. Yeah.
It was called the Pear of Anguish, and it fucking looks like it. It literally looks like a pear. It's metal.
I'll put a picture up.
It's horrible. But it supposedly went into a woman and then opened up as a torture device. We thought it was the opposite. It started open and then clamped. We were horribly wrong. Either way,
really glad we looked at
Mary was pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pretty
on to
awful.
The next.
Yeah, what you got?
We just did Humpty Dumpty. We're doing It's Raining, It's Pouring.
Are you waiting for me to finish it? Is that what that look is?
I mean,
I know it. Well,
okay.
I know
So
what I
it's
know.
raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and he bumped his head and he couldn't get up in the morning.
That's what I know.
Yeah, so there's no real gruesome behind that one, but it is kind of morbid either way.
Yeah.
Because obviously, dude died.
Mm. Or just, fucking
But we were talking
brain
about this
injury.
briefly last night that it would make more sense if it was it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He bumped his head, then went to bed, and he couldn't get up in the morning.
I also find it odd that if we're implying he's dead, why is he snoring?
Oh, maybe he got knocked out and then died? Maybe he got knocked out but snoring so loud, and then Bloody Mary was like, fuck this dude, he's too loud, and killed him?
Maybe he has narcolepsy. He was snoring, and then he fell and bumped his head.
Bumped his head. And died.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of gruesome. Something strange to sing or tell your children.
Yeah.
Yeah. This old man. I'm not going through the whole thing because it's super fucking long.
What is it? What does it go up to?
That's
10?
this old man. He played one. He played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. So this one was kind of cool. This is kind of neat. So this goes all the way up to 10. We just mentioned. So this old man, he played 2. He played knick-knack on my shoe. So it's a whole bunch of rhymes. But it's a fun song because like you can kind of make up the rhyme
I was going to say, I think everybody does different things.
So that's kind of cool. But the theory is that this refers to the influx of Irish beggars that were going door to door after the famine in England. And they would either sell knickknacks to make money, or they would literally play a rhythm using spoons called knickknacks. And they would do this to make money. The paddywhack refers to literally hitting an Irish person, calling them a paddy and hitting them. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I assume is a very derogatory term, so apologize, but is what it is. It's what the fucking
It's better than
thing
Mick.
says. Yeah. So, give the dog a bone refers to the beggar making money, like throw him a bone.
Mm-hmm.
This old man came rolling home refers to the Irish beggar getting drunk and being rolled home in a caravan. So, side note, when I read that, I was like, well, wait a second. So, this is where the name Paddy Wagon comes from.
Like a police car?
Yes, because the wagon was it was either so it was twofold. The wagon was hauling Paddy's home after being drunk and beggars and just unlawful. The other side of it is in New York City there was an influx of Irish policemen. So it was the Paddy wagon.
So I always thought it referred to it being like because the paddy wagons were locked. I thought it had to do with like a padlock, like a paddy padlock.
Maybe.
That's
this is where I mean,
neat.
yeah, it's kind of neat.
I never heard that.
Yeah, so I read that and I was like, wait a second, Paddy wagon, is that tied in? I looked it up and yeah, sure enough, this is kind of where it came from. Kind of neat.
How about that?
Can you tell us about the time you walked into a paddy wagon?
No. We don't talk about Bruno. Listen, I was way underage. At a concert. It was an all-day festival. I was stupid drunk. Like, so stupid. It was over in Camden. And it was an MMBarbecue. And met up with friends that I hadn't seen in a very long time. Their friends from work were there. I puked in the back of some guy I had never met before's pickup truck. It was bad. Had to go to the bathroom. Stumbled my behind across the parking lot to the freaking porta potties, and apparently a paddy wagon was like creeping by, like patrolling, and I
They
like
see
walked
me rolling
right into it, like directly into it. And I mean, I don't remember it. This is just the story I've gotten after the fact. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Fun stuff.
Uh-huh. Definitely before we were together. I don't know if we had met yet. I feel like we had to have met.
Maybe.
Because we met freshman year of college, so it would have had to have been after we met, but definitely before we were together. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
So,
I
that's a good one.
Pretty sure it was like a Sunday concert too, so like the next day I had school, was so hungover. Oh my God. I think I had like one class first thing in the morning. I think I might have had a test. It was bad. And then I had like nothing for like 2 or 3 hours, and I like camped out in the fucking library, and yeah, it was awful, dude. Oh God. Oof. I was lucky to not end up in the back of that paddy wagon and only ran into the back of the paddy wagon. And it was a moving paddy wagon. It was not stationary. And I was walking between the aisles of cars.
You're like a deer. You just chased after the car.
No, I wasn't like running or anything. And
I know that. I know that.
And the paddy wagon wasn't going fast either. Like it was like creeping up and down the aisles. And I guess I misjudged
a lot that night.
Well, yeah, I misjudged my whole life, everything about it. But the wagon was driving past us, and I guess I thought that it was going a little faster than it was, or maybe I don't remember. I don't know if maybe it like slowed down or it stopped as I went to go behind it, and I did not go behind it.
Didn't go as planned.
I walked into the side of it.
So that was a paddy whack for you.
Oh, yeah.
You got straight into the
I was already whacked.
Yeah.
Long before the paddy came along. Yeah, it was bad. So fucking bad.
So the other side of this one, this old man, which I didn't believe it, so I didn't really put it in the notes, and I didn't really look too much into it because it seemed like a stretch. But the theory was that it was a rhyme of warning, basically, for children to avoid old men that are diddling them. Weird. Yeah, that's why I was like, this is too much of a stretch. Maybe there's some truth behind it. I don't know. It didn't really seem like it fit to me. If you think it does, leave a note in the comments for us, but I don't think it really fit.
So, when you found that, did it like break down the lines of like what?
No.
Okay.
It was just like in general, this is a warning to. Yeah. So I didn't believe it.
I mean, I guess like this old man, he played on my blank.
Right.
I could see, but
nothing else.
The rest of it really doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. But.
And none of it seems like warning in nature. Like to me, it doesn't sound like something that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know.
I'm with you.
But if you disagree, or if you have any other information about that, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah. But one that does reference diddling stuff is Rub-a-Dub-Dub.
We're back on Pulling the Pud.
Yeah. You know how that one goes?
Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub? Is that the... Mm-hmm. I think that's all I know.
And who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, they all sailed out to sea. The original version was Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 maids in a tub.
3 maids?
Yeah, not men. 3 maids in a tub. And who do you think were there? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, and all of them gone to the fair. A little bit different.
Mm-hmm. A lot different.
Yes. So it was 3 maids instead of 3 men.
Okay.
And this actually was referencing a fairground attraction, which was a peep show.
Oh
And
my
guys would
God.
pay money to watch women bathing in a tub together.
None of that is surprising to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's actually like weird that by taking it from what it was originally and changing it to rub-a-dub-dub 3 men in a tub,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually less uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, how bad does something have to be that we've changed it to that and made it better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a...
Yeah, that's not surprising at all.
Mm.
It's more surprising that it was like a fairground attraction, like at a local carnival.
Yep. How many
You know,
tickets do you think that cost?
back then?
Probably
Not much.
1.5. I don't know. Weird stuff.
Huh.
Weird stuff.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Next one. You okay over there?
Yeah, I think I have the hiccups.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
I hope not. For everyone listening, I hope this is not something that's going to happen.
Maybe it was just one. That happens sometimes.
She gets angry when hiccups happen.
They're-
Is your
they
thing still
hurt.
recording?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, she gets angry.
They hurt. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like.
Sorry.
They really hurt. They hurt my chest, like this spot right here on my neck.
I'm sorry.
Hurts.
Don't hold it in. Just let it rip. See
I
what
don't
it'll-
hold them. I don't.
Just give it an old Bugs Bunny.
You really think that what I sound like when I hiccup is me holding it in?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Oh my God, no.
Sounds very
That's
internal.
well, yeah. I mean, it is. I just like I don't know that it's about to happen. I mean, I know that I have the hiccups, but I don't always know like the moment
upside
before
down.
it happens. That doesn't work.
Sure it
None of
does.
it works.
Sure it does.
No, literally nothing gets rid of hiccups. If you have a hiccup cure, dude, I would cut off my left fucking arm for somebody to tell me how to actually get rid of hiccups. And I don't want the like, oh, my grandmother used to say eat it. No, I don't want that. I want a legitimate fucking cure. Do not have me eating a spoonful of fucking peanut butter or anything ridiculous. I want a real cure. If you've got it, please, please. Oh my God, I'll be forever in your debt.
Belly full of white dog shit.
Only if you're watching Cops.
Are you all sweaty?
And doing karate in the garage.
Oh, God. Next nursery rhyme is Peter, Pumpkin Eater.
Had a wife and couldn't keep her.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Put her in
a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well.
Yes. So, what do you think about that one?
I don't know, but I
Break
saw
it
a
down.
dirty ass Halloween costume that
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
Loved it.
We'll put a picture of that one up. It was a couple's costume, and it was great.
So,
So
the
good.
guy had a shirt on that said Peter,
Uh-huh.
and the wife had a shirt on that she was dressed like a pumpkin.
Yeah,
Yeah. Love it.
it was
That's a pretty funny one.
awesome.
Yeah.
So fucking
I
funny.
love those couples costumes. They're
Mhm.
so funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, what about it? What you got?
So Peter's wife was a prostitute.
That's why he couldn't keep her.
Exactly. He couldn't keep her from having sexual affairs with other men, so he killed her and stuffed her in a pumpkin. Why a pumpkin?
How
I don't know.
fucking big was that pumpkin?
I don't know. But that's what he did. He killed her. My thought was like he killed her and stuffed her in like a pumpkin field, maybe, of like
Scattered
under-
her as like
yeah.
fucking fertilizer and shit.
Yeah, that would be my thought. But yeah, his wife was a hoe. Sleeping around.
Not a hoe. Whore.
Yeah, prostitute. And
Hoe implies that you're just doing it for free.
Peter wasn't a fan.
Look, it's the oldest profession known to man.
Yep. It's pathetic, actually.
Yep.
Jack and Jill.
I know several different versions of
What
this.
do you know?
Some are not safe for work.
No, what do you know?
I know the OG. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack came down and broke his crown. Jill came tumbling after.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as I'll go.
No.
No.
This is explicitly rated. What do you know?
Just because it's explicitly rated doesn't mean I have to be the one to go there.
I don't know the other one.
No, the one from the Dave Matthews song.
No. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown.
Because he was messing with the preacher's daughter.
Yeah. That's in Belly Belly Nice, I think.
I don't know.
Dave Matthews song. What was the other one?
Hold on.
Something about Jill's a hoe. Something like that. 250 and a jawbreaker.
No, not 250 and a jawbreaker. Yeah,
Smokey's back here taking a shit.
It is Belly Belly Nice.
Bert's looking it up. Quick fingers over there.
Well, I want to make sure I get it right before I say it.
I don't know how many of you have watched Are you okay?
No.
I don't know how many of you watch Ridiculousness, but Brit's
Oh my
like
God.
my Stilo. She pulls up all the shit quick. Except right now, she's being real slow about it.
Well, yeah, because there's multiple different versions. I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, just say the one you know.
Well, I don't know the end, the last line. That's what I was looking up.
We'll make it up.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50, and you think they went up there for water?
Shit.
So.
Shit.
Also.
Okay.
Prostitution, I suppose.
Yeah. So
I think that was Andrew Dice Clay. I think that might have been like in one of his stand-up things.
Maybe.
I'll check that out for sure and give credit where it's due, but I'm pretty sure that it was Andrew Dice Clay.
So there was a couple theories about this one.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was that Jack and Jill were lovers.
Okay.
They went up the hill, did the dirty. She got pregnant. Jack was killed because he got her pregnant, and then she died during childbirth.
Okay.
I didn't really believe that one.
I don't know that I would. I believe it up until her death in childbirth.
Yeah.
Just because, like, if he was killed for adultery, I feel like she might also have gotten killed for adultery. Yeah. Not like.
That's kind of the direction this goes.
Okay, that would be my thought.
So first, before I get to that, because this is the last one that I have.
Okay.
Before I get to that, there's a modernized version of this with additional lines in it.
Okay.
Which kind of negate what I'm about to say on what this was about.
So do we think that the modernized version is an attempt to
maybe just resolve?
Is this like the new version of Baby It's Cold Outside that came out last year?
So the original version is possibly about Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette. They were convicted of treason during the French Revolution, and
Marie Antoinette,
yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Mary.
No, Marie Antoinette.
Okay.
Maybe I said Mary, but I have Marie written. And
okay.
We're going to go by what's written, okay?
Well, yeah, because that's what's correct, and that's what I said. I don't know what you said, but you did not say it.
So they were convicted of treason during the French Revolution, and they were both beheaded. The hill refers to the steps leading up to the guillotine. And Jack, who is Louis, lost his crown, his throne, and his head, in other words. And Jill's head came tumbling after his.
Okay.
So that's what this is believed to be about.
I mean, and that does make sense because nowhere else in the rhyme does it talk about Jack being like a king. So what would the crown have to do with anything? Right. Unless it were his head.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't hate that one.
No, yeah, I was okay with that one. So the modernized version, which is really neat. Well, I just thought it was neat because there was additional to this. I always thought it just ended after those 5 lines and it was done. So it's Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Then up got Jack and said to Jill, as in his arms he took her, Brush off that dirt, for you're not hurt. Let's fetch that pail of water. So Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch the pail of water and took it home to Mother Dear, who thanked her son and daughter.
Yeah, that seems like somebody
Weird, right?
went a little PC.
Yeah. I did like the completion of the story.
Yeah. I like...
And I was laughing at the brush off that dirt for you're not hurt, because that's such like a big sibling to little sibling thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, I pushed you too hard. You're crying, but you're fine. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yep. It's like when you're young. Well, you don't have any younger siblings, so you don't have the same experience I do. But like back when CJ was still smaller than me, like if I hurt him, I'd be like, "Stop!
Shut the fuck
Stop
up!
crying! You can punch me as hard as you want. Go, 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 go!" Before
Cry quietly.
Yeah, like first of all, stop crying, and secondly, like hit me as hard as you want before mom comes and yells at me. Yeah, so that's definitely a brother-sister thing.
Yeah.
Or a sibling thing, I
yeah,
should say.
so I thought that was pretty funny.
No, and I like that version. I think that's cool. Because I kind of
Brings
always...
it all around.
I sort of always thought that it was like a brother and sister, like, completing a chore.
Right.
And then Andrew Dice Clay ruined that for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really thought of it as, like, an adultery thing. That one wasn't one that I really thought was, like, a... like something more illicit. I just kind of thought it was they were going to get water from the well.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
That's what I got on all those. What are your? I mean, what are your thoughts? Which one were you most surprised by?
I'm still a little floored by the whole cockle shell thing. I'm gonna have fucking nightmares tonight. No, I think remind me what they were again. So we did Humpty Dumpty.
Well, hold on, let me go in order. We did Baba Black Sheep.
Yeah.
Which was whatever.
Yeah.
Ring Around a Rosie.
Uh-huh.
Rockabye Baby.
Okay.
Three Blind Mice. Mary Mary Quite Contrary. Georgie Porgy. Humpty Dumpty. It's Raining, It's Pouring. This Old Man. Rub-a-Dub-Dub, Peter Peter Pumpkin Eater, and Jack and Jill.
So I think Georgie Porgy.
Yeah.
Was a little. I don't know. I just. It was pretty horrible.
You just kind of fucking go bang whatever walked and.
Yeah, but like.
Run back to the king for.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Yeah,
basically.
I had no idea that was the
extremity too. The freaking king just blowing away Parliament
twice. Yeah, that one was a little shocking.
Georgie Porgy got the magic stick.
I guess so. 50 Cent ain't got shit. Oh, Georgie Porgy. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Again, with the colorful commentary.
I think my favorite was the Rub-a-Dub-Dub one. Because it was bad enough to begin with, and then they changed it, and it was still like, all right, this is still pretty fucked up. Now you're talking about three men in a tub. Like you were saying the men were looking at women. Now it's three men in a tub.
I guess they were just trying to take away the looking at each other business, but now like
so they just throw them all in the tub together.
No point. Well, I mean, it's not any different than the women being in a tub together.
And they all sailed out to sea.
I mean, maybe that's the tub. Like maybe that's how they justified like the water. Like maybe they're not in a tub; they're out to sea on a boat or something. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's not many bathrooms on a boat, and they probably had to share a tub. Even not like at the same time, but they probably all shared the same bathroom if they were all out to sea together. I don't know, man. Look, I'm not. What was it? A butcher, a baker, and a candlestick
maker.
What are you gonna butcher on a fucking boat?
I don't know.
I feel like it all would have been butchered prior to getting on the boat.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like, I don't know. Who's baking fucking cakes on a boat? What are you bringing a baker for? I guess he baked bread,
You
probably.
gotta cook something, right?
Yeah, but wouldn't you bring like a cook, not a baker?
I don't know. I'm not one of the 3 men in the tub.
I guess a candlestick maker was probably pretty crucial on a boat.
Not really.
I feel like you would need candles, no?
I mean, probably, but candlestick maker, where you
To
just
bring
have
them
fucking
along.
light a fire on a boat in the middle of the fucking ocean to melt down wax to make candles? Seems like a bad idea.
I don't know.
I don't know
That's
either.
why I'm in the profession I am and not something like that.
It was a weird one. I don't know.
It's weird.
So, that's all I got, though. So, let us know what your favorites were.
Yes.
Let us know if you know of any other ones. I know there's a bunch of others out there, probably. There's so many nursery rhymes and...
yeah, maybe we'll do some, like I know London Bridge has questionable...
Yeah, so
That's more of like
that's
a
one we talked
song.
about last
Yeah,
night. And what did
and
you have on that one?
so I've heard multiple different things, but I've heard that like London Bridge was
Because we had differing what we
well,
found
I've
there.
heard several and I've forgotten them. But the one that I guess kind of stuck with me was that they were taking like the walls of the London Bridge and burying people like within the walls
Inside,
of
right.
it. And then because they were like removing portions of the walls or like cinder blocks to put people in and then put them back, the walls were like the integrity was crumbling from like
Right.
all of the deconstruction, reconstruction.
Right.
And then it was like crumbling down.
Right.
And then My Fair Lady, I think, had something to do with I guess the queen at the time ordering the people to have been buried, and they were
Gotcha.
like telling her like this isn't working, the
Okay.
bridge is falling down.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but that was part of what I had heard.
Gotcha.
I think.
So, yeah, we were talking about this last night, and what I heard is that this was actually written by Vikings who were singing it as a mockery as they were pulling down the London Bridge in a raid, I guess, of London. They tied ropes to the bridge and were rowing downstream and were basically just pulling it down. Yeah. But there's a ton out there. So let us know what your favorites are. Let us know if you've been seriously impacted by any of these, because it's just fucked up to think that like some of the origins of these are what we're saying to our kids, and it's just so it's just
one of those things that like you've just accepted, like the Humpty Dumpty. Okay, he's an egg. He fell off a wall. Like, I mean, Casey has recited that one for as long as I can remember.
Yep.
Maybe not correctly, but he's recited it.
Yep.
And I never once thought to like to question where it came from or what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been around for as long as I can remember, so we've just accepted that it is.
Yep.
And it's definitely not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as some of the others, I guess, but it's still.
Yeah. So let us know what your favorites are. There's no drink link in the description because we just freaking threw stuff together.
Yep.
But make sure you email us. All the links are in the link tree and the description or in the bio on Instagram or wherever. But if you go to the link tree, that's got all of our stuff in there.
Yep.
And as I mentioned, we are now able to accept support from you listeners for if you want to buy us a drink, or if you want to give us an idea for an episode. I mean, we can work with you on that. So thank you guys so much for listening.
Yep.
And I guess, I mean, that's all I got. We got 4 nuggets left. I'm housing them before we go to sleep. But
yeah, you do that.
Unless you have anything else, I think this is a
no, I think that's it.
Perfect toast.
I think so.
Here with our drinks, and I guess on to the next one. I don't know what our next episode is going to be.
Me neither. Figure it out.
Let us know what you think it should be.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you. A toast
To the atypical.